My favorite pastime over this past week has been collecting screenshots with Gavin Newsom. Here we have woke, DEI, socialist, communist Jesus blessing Gavin Newsom in all of his endeavors. This totally happened. I am totally sure this happened. Take a screenshot if you need it for some strange reason. Now we got to get to the hard-hitting stories. They posted this yesterday at 7:25 a.m. This is the press office for Gavin Newsom saying, "What is wrong with Cracker Barrel? Keep your beautiful logo. The new one looks like cheap Velveeta cheese from Walmart. The place for groceries, an old-fashioned term. Fix it ASAP. Woke is dead. Thank you for your attention to this matter, GCN." They're really coming in strong with the topics that really matter the most to people. But as I started scrolling, there were actually people that were upset about this logo rebrand. I'm like, these are not the things that matter, but there were some really upset people, and you can take a screenshot of this if you need it, but there were some people that were really heated over this rebrand. Colin Rugg put out this tweet. He says, Cracker Barrel says most people love their rebrand and only the vocal minority opposes the company's changes, according to a statement released to Fox News Digital. Cracker Barrel is convinced people actually love the rebrand. And then Mason Home Builder put this out. He said, "We were contracted to remodel 500 Cracker Barrels over the next 5 years, and we just wrapped our first one. What do you guys think of the fresh, modern rebrand?" So these are things that really, really are pressing to people. Cracker Barrel. Now, this does look quite different. It's very sleek, and maybe their core demographic, I can understand why they are upset. Anyways, let's get to some more tweets. Yesterday, one of my homies sent me this video with Gavin Newsom talking about he's going to punch somebody in the mouth, talking about this redistricting and these maps and all this stuff. I know that people have been putting out all kind of really good and convincing AI videos, and I'm like, is this real? And I think it is real because we started looking, and I really think that this is real. So this was a post from the Libs of TikTok. Now it says Libs of TikTok, but this is really MAGA influencers. And she says, Gavin Newsom is promoting violence against conservatives. Will any Democrats condemn this? So let's go ahead and watch this video.
This is radical rigging of a midterm election. Radical rigging of an election, destroying, vandalizing this democracy, the rule of law. So I'm sorry. I know some people's sensibilities. I respect and appreciate that. But right now, with all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire, and we're going to punch these sons of bitches in the mouth.
This is how the press office of Gavin Newsom responded to the Libs of TikTok, saying, "Imagine thinking we're going to care about this pearl clutching and faux outrage from this account." And then they dropped this 5-second clip of Donald Trump. Let's go ahead and give this one a listen.
Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Texas went ahead with the gerrymandering. They're pushing it through, and Gavin Christopher Columbus Newsom said, if y'all do this, California is going to redraw our maps. He said that, and so that is what happened. So that's what this post is about. It says, Texas acted, California will now respond. The trigger has been triggered. So that's where they are. They said, we're going to redraw our maps and we're going to send it to the voters to vote on. Now we have this post that is all caps. Let's go ahead and read through it together. He says, wow, my maps, the best maps ever made, will soon pass in the greatest legislator anywhere in the world, not just America. America can thank me, Gavin C. Newsom, and two very special people, Magic Mike and Rainmaker Robert, who lead the legislature. Total legends. These are perfect, beautiful maps. Better than Columbus, better than Google Maps, better than Apple Maps. Sorry, Tim, no gold bar for me, but I still love you. People are already screaming, Mama, Mama. And I say, no, I am your daddy. The golden era begins in the Golden State, all because of me, the people's governor, the cartographer in chief, who will now let the people vote. Thank you, USA GCN. These tweets are wild. It's wild to me that Republicans have such an issue with Democrats responding to the way Texas did things. And I really hope that other Democratic governors do the exact same thing that Gavin Newsom is doing. So here's a post about Kevin McCarthy, because he went on CNN yesterday. He was going back and forth with Dana Bash. He says, my Kevin still can't count. Why is he on Dana Bash's CNN talking about my beautiful maps? Akash says, thought he'd be the worst speaker of all time. Then Johnson steamrolled through. Thomas Mix, all caps, says, Kevin McCarthy on CNN talking about maps he doesn't understand. Very pathetic. He lost the speakership, he lost his party, and now he sits there looking like he's studying for a test he'll still fail. Gavin Newsom is leading California, the fourth biggest economy in the world, bringing jobs, healthcare, schools, and real results for people. Kevin just brings excuses. Very weak. They hate Newsom because he's winning and they're losing. Sad. I love these people and how they just keep writing in all caps and putting sad and fail and all of this. Keep mocking the hell out of these people. Apparently, Ted Cruz went on Sean Hannity to talk about Gavin Newsom. This is a tweet from Sean Hannity putting out the segment. It says, cruise missile. Gavin Newsom is very good at running away from the facts. That... But we all know that Ted Cruz is the one that runs away from stuff. That's why the press office put this out. Cancun Cruz lecturing others about running away. Buddy, maybe sit this one out. He set himself up for this. He had to know that the press office was going to talk about this. During that interview with Gavin Newsom, I guess they took this shot of Gavin Newsom talking. He has his legs crossed. And Kelly was like, someone let him know that we're not afraid of men who cross their legs because this is their alpha, one that wears unblended makeup that doesn't match their skin and hair that looks like a nest, a bird's nest that's been wind whipped. This is what their alpha looks like. Their alpha looks like someone that's on their last legs because his cankles look like full legs straight up and down. He does not have ankles that look anywhere like Gavin Newsom or former President Barack Obama. Former President Barack Obama has some outstanding ankles, whereas their alpha looks like a full body pillow. This person, Mike, asked Rock, does Donald Trump wear makeup, or what is with all the orange on his face? He says, yes, Donald Trump wears makeup like bronzer and fake tans, which creates the orange tint, but makeup experts know it's probably cream products, so creamy orange tints. Okay, good to know. Now we know the answer. Let's shift gears and go over to Lie Social. What I do want to point out is that Donald Trump is not using cap locks the whole way through. Sometimes he's using lowercase. He says the United States is the hottest country anywhere in the world. There is no other country that is even close. And just think, 1 year ago, we were dead. We were a dead country with no hope of ever seeing greatness again. But all that changed on Election Day, November 5th, 2024, landslide. He still has to put in some all caps. So that was at 6:06 in the morning. And then his next tweet was, Make America Great Again. I went to his page. The next few posts were about FIFA, you know, the soccer match that's going to be here in America. This dude is kind of all over the place. Y'all cannot tell me that this is healthy. I opened up my TikTok this morning, and this is what I saw. This truck that's decked out in all this Gavin C. Newsom swag. All these flags, bumper stickers, Gavin Newsom, our next president. So I opened that up. This is the first comment. LT says, my first cult, guys, kind of nervous. So we're pushing into cult-like behavior. But, you know, it's tried and true. Some people like being in a cult. So he's trying to see if he's doing it right. Fly Rise says, first time I didn't cringe when I saw a truck covered in political merch. Thank you. John Mack says, just upgraded my boat. Let's go. This is where I got woke Jesus blessing Gavin Newsom. This comment, Joey says, I like my California oranges fresh and sweet, unlike Florida's old and dry. I agree. Do not get Florida oranges anymore. Buck says, this is funny. MAGA will not see the irony because they don't understand irony. They're just going to be like, oh, ah. Now I got some pictures just in case you need to grab some screenshots. Here's Gavin Newsom, and this is totally real. They took this picture. He's holding a kitten. There's a flag. He's buff. This happened. You need this. It says, promise everything, deliver nothing, blame Biden. Take this screenshot as well. Let me know what you think.
MAGA is pissed over the Cracker Barrel rebrand. Just when they thought they were in a safe racist space, CEO went and snatched the out of them wigs. The rebrand removes the old white guy from the logo leaning over on the barrel. They've also remodeled the restaurants, taking it away from that old Confederacy look and feel, giving it a more modern, classy look and feel that appeals to the rest of America, because America is diverse. Now, MAGA went wild, pulling their dollars and taking to social media to talk about just how disgusted and upset they are with the change. Even the Steak and Shake was shaken up over the news. We all see where the Steak and Shake stands. MAGA queen himself, Byron Donalds, said that no one asked for this woke rebrand. He did all that bootlicking and you still don't have a position in the White House. I'm curious to know, what do you think? So don't forget to like, comment, and share, and let me know your thoughts. I actually think the logo looks nice. Guy might be going to Cracker Barrel.